create a new course in Eve, we go to the Courses module and then to Courses New. That will open up the standard new course grid. Let's imagine in this example that I'm creating an open water course. So you'll see here that there are some mandatory fields of course type, start date, end date, etc. If I go to course type and start opening the course type options, I have selected now open water. If the start date is today, Eve will have defaulted to today, so if it is, leave it as you see. Otherwise, you might wish to change, and you can do that from either selecting from the calendar as you see here, or as you'll see me doing on the end date, using the arrows on a keyboard to indicate what will be the end date of the course. From our options, we've already set Eve to select the short date format for the course number. So as this course is starting on 16th May, you will see that the course number now indicates OW 16/05/2013. Minimum numbers and maximum numbers have been populated from the minimum and maximum we have set on the course type form in the data module. Now, that is the minimum that is required, so I could simply hit save now, and that will be another course created on my Eve database. However, of course, you will want to have more information about who is teaching this course, about the various modules on this course, when they're taking place, where they're taking place, etc. So if we look further down here onto the staff area, when I click the Add button, you will see here all those instructors in Eve on your Eve database that you have marked as being capable of teaching the PADI open water course. And let us imagine in this case that the following 3 instructors that you see me marked there may be doing various parts of this course. So I just assign those as being potential staff. You will also see here that there may be some notes, some that you might want to print on an invoice for a customer, others that you might not want to print on an invoice for a customer, that can keep you and your staff and your customers up to date with various aspects of the course. Now moving to this Modules tab. On this Modules tab, we have set Eve in our course types to populate automatically with all the possible modules that we may be doing on this open water program. If there are certain ones on this open water program that we are not going to be doing, such as here I've highlighted e-learning 1, and by highlighting and clicking this back arrow, this to the left arrow, I move that module from assigned into the possibles. It may be the case that I might not be doing a dry suit orientation on this particular open water course. So again, I'm going to highlight this, move it away, and in this example I am also not going to be conducting these 4 extra sessions of the extra pool dives and classroom dives, so I will leave myself with, for want of a better expression, the standard modules on a PADI open water course. And you can see it is that easy to add or remove those standard modules into the modules you're actually doing on a particular course. If I move to the Dates tab, I am now going to assign dates for each of these particular modules. The order that you see here is my standard order. Again, we set that in data course types. So, start date of the 16th, so that will be when the induction is taking place. And in this example, I am going to be doing 3 knowledge development sessions the following day. The day after that, as you can see, I'm just clicking on the calendar, I will be doing 2 pool modules and the swim tests. And you'll see how simple it is by clicking on the date in this calendar on the left that this now assigns a date to the exact day that you wish to be doing each of the modules you set for this course. If you've made any small errors, you've misplaced a day, it is as simple as returning to that particular module. See here I've now highlighted, and correcting when those dates will be, as you see so. If I move to the times, one of the things that you'll see pre-populated here is we've set an automatic time for the start and end of our inductions. You can enter times using start time and end time. If they were all taking place at the same times on those dates, one of the other options you have is that you can hit apply to all modules, or as per the calendar aspect you saw on the previous tab, you can adjust each of those as you move down the list. When I move to the staff tab, you will see here that although I earlier had said that there were 3 instructors who were going to be doing aspects on this particular course, I can now assign particular instructors to particular modules. So imagining that this chap here, this Ian Sykes, is going to be conducting the induction. With the arrow next to induction, I can hit apply. If, however, all of these instructors were going to be available for the next session, I could then highlight the next session, check all 3 instructor names, hit apply, and as you'll see, all 3 instructor names will appear there. Likewise, if all of these instructors were going to be available for all of the modules and be present there, I would hit apply to all. Locations. We've set defaults in data course type for certain locations to be associated with certain modules. Others I can select now. This list of locations that you see here are based on the locations you set in the data module within Eve. So if this all were taking place in one particular location, as before, I could highlight that location on the left and click apply to all. By going to the summary tab, you will now see a quick summary of the modules you set for this open water course, the start dates, the end dates, the start times, the end times, the teaching locations, the display order that Eve will populate on timetables, and so on. So all the information you might wish to have so that you and your staff and your customers, when you book onto this course, will be displayed now on this course for you. And that is the manner in which for any course type you can create a single course within Eve.